Lick number 19 is called the straight ahead blues lick. We're going to introduce you to the use of the blue third resolving to the major third and using chromaticism to create a very hip, very swinging line. So join me as we look at that lick now. This lick is a very simple lick. I just call it the straight ahead blues, and it's really utilizing something that is important to jazz also, and that's the use of chromaticism. Chromaticism is basically going one note at a time, one fret at a time, and creating a half step connection. So that kind of half step going from the flatted third to the major third to the four to the sharp four or flat five to the natural five. It creates that really neat, remember I mentioned earlier in one of the earlier licks, tension and release. Tension, release, tension, release, tension, and release. And it fits over the changes, even though we're in the key of C blues and I'm playing notes that may not fit, you might think, in a C chord. It works very well. So nice and slow. Take a listen. 2, 3, 4. Little ornamentation. So that little hammer pull-off, that's a very common ornamentation in bebop and any kind of jazz. So take a listen a little bit quicker. It's got a hip sound there too. 1, 2, 3, and... And you'll notice that when I get higher is when I'm really kind of doing those accents because I'm reaching the peak of that line and then it starts back down on the descending line. So listen again. 1, 2, 3, and... Hear that? Putting that accent. What am I accenting? I'm accenting the fifth, which is a very plain and obvious tone of the chord, so it helps bring it and center it in the harmony. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, and... So it's got a hip sound, whether it's slow, whether it's fast. If you're doing it a little slower, maybe use some articulation and separate the notes. So some articulation, some separation, some long tones. It's up to you as you're the musical improviser. You're speaking this language. You can choose, but you need to understand the subtleties of what it can do. And it takes time. That's what shedding is about. So one more time, medium tempo. Watch my fingers and watch my pick strokes. I'm using all down and up strokes in this. 1, 2, 3, and... And you'll notice my last stroke is a downstroke because I want to accent that note. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go. It's a very standard kind of chromatic blues lick, but very effective. So have some fun with this.